There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of a dynasty. Klay Thompson is officially a Dallas Maverick. He will not be going to the Lakers. He will not be going to the Clippers. He will not be going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Nico Harrison and the Dallas Mavericks do it again, finding gold and giving themselves some type of way of getting better. This past year, the Dallas Mavericks had an incredible run to the NBA Finals. It was a sight to see a guy like Luka Doncic finally be able to play on that stage, to see a guy like Kyrie with all the trials and tribulations he had went through in his previous two stops, to now rechange, redirect, and recreate the new perception of Kyrie Irving was beautiful. And then for them to answer all of the questions about playing together, Luka and Kyrie, that was phenomenal. Jason Kidd to coach up to the level that a lot of people knew he was capable of, even though he had a lot of naysayers. But then on top of that, to see Nico Harrison in company after having a brilliant trade of taking a chance on Kyrie Irving and blocking out all of the noise at the deadline, you go in and you take two situations that isn't looking so good in Washington and Charlotte, and you find some diamonds in the rough there. And you bring those guys aboard and you're able to change and redirect everything about their games and the perception of them coming from losing situations, and you have them kind of take you to a different level. And then also on top of that, you had another diamond in the rough that you were able to sign on a minimum, and Derrick Jones Jr., who played way out of his value to the point where he's not even returning to your team. And then also, can't forget about the trade they did with OKC to go get Derek Lively, who as a rookie center gave y'all some of the most impactful basketball that we've seen from a rookie big in a very long time, who wasn't a number one overall pick. So I say all that to say that the Dallas Mavericks, I don't know what's going to happen with this team. The West is loaded. The Eastern Conference is loaded. It's so much good basketball out here being played. But you continue to see them find ways to get better. And they don't have a bunch of cap space. They're out here getting real creative, and you have to applaud. If I was a Dallas Maverick fan, there would not be any complaints for me for this season. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. Injuries are always a part of the equation. The teams in the West are just continuing to get better and better and better, and it's always going to be a dogfight that's very, gritty and whatever. And it always comes down to who can be the healthiest, who can have the stars aligning at the perfect timing. But when you have a talent like Luka Doncic, all you want to be able to do is give him the proper surrounding pieces to have a chance. And I feel like they did that last year, and I felt like they doubled down on it in this offseason by going out and getting Klay Thompson. You lose a Derrick Jones Jr. and you quickly pivot and turn to a Najee Marshall. You went out and you made the moves at the trade deadline. You hit on Derek Lively, who is now on a rookie contract for the next couple of years, and you're setting yourselves up to just continue to be a force in the Western Conference. And literally, that's all you can ask for, and that's all your star can ask for. These are the type of moves that will have a guy like Luka Doncic potentially being a Maverick lifer. You know what I mean? These are the moves that stands out to a talent in their agency. And when you get to the table and you're trying to convince them, you remind them that, hey, we've did everything we could do. You know what I mean? Every team can't go out and go get Kevin Durant in these dream team situations and things like that. And based off some of the results we've seen in the last few years, it's not even worth going that route. But to me, as an organization, when you have that type of talent, all you can do is give your star the opportunity and say, hey, we did everything in our power. We didn't miss anything. We hit on draft picks. Even when we didn't have cap space, we made things happen. And I think we're seeing that right now with the Dallas Mavericks. I think we just seen it also with the Philadelphia 76ers. That Paul George move, that's like the final nail in whatever you're putting together to keep the Joel Embiid era together. Because if not, then you come back to a situation where Tyrese Maxey and Embiid is a really good duo, but when you see the rest of the NBA getting better and you're not, your star, he feels the pressure of what's going on. He hears the chatter of him not being able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, him not playing in the finals. Then he's looking around at all of his peers. Jason Tatum just won a ring. Jokic won a ring. Luka just got to the finals. You see everything that's going on, and you want to be a part of that. If you're a star, you need to be a part of that. And as an organization, it's important to put those type of opportunities together for your star. And then if they don't deliver or they don't play up to the par to be able to get y'all there, then that's on them. That's something they have to deal with. But as an organization and as a team, I really, really have to tip my hats off to Mark Cuban, Nico Harrison, Jason Kidd, and everybody in Dallas, because this is a wonderful move. You got Klay Thompson on a 3-year, $50 million deal. Absolute steal. The negotiations and everything, I guess, went well. You went to meet with him because a part of this was the fact that they have a different tax setup out there. So Klay Thompson is like, hey, I don't necessarily need exactly what I was looking for, to start things off, because this state allows me to have a different tax situation. That's the report from Woj. Klay Thompson plans to join the Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million player option. Thompson ends his historic run as a part of a multi-team sign and trade that will also send Josh Green to Charlotte. All you lost in this situation, if you are the Mavericks, is Josh Green, who played some good basketball, but still was not where I thought he could or should have been. And it says Thompson had 4-year offers for more money, but taking less was offset by the chance to win a 5th championship with the Mavs and difference in state taxes. So phenomenal for them. I'm happy for Klay Thompson to be able to feel like he's going into a situation where he's going to be on a team that can compete. I think he is true. I think you look at the starting lineup of Luka, Kyrie, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, and Derek Lively or Daniel Gafford. Again, you were able to replace Derrick Jones Jr. with Najee Marshall. Are you replacing his production? Probably not. I don't expect Najee Marshall to be able to be the defender that Derrick Jones Jr. was, but I think with Jason Kidd's philosophy and his coaching on the defensive side of the basketball, all of these guys as a collective 5 are capable of keeping up that same intensity. I think it starts with Derek Lively being able to have the mobility and the pick and roll coverage and the rim protection, and then everybody else, like I said, being willing to buy in and be on one accord as a team. They are going to have to lean on somebody for the perimeter defense. Obviously, Klay Thompson, with all of these injuries at this age, it's hard to call him the POA, point of attack defender, head on when you're going through the Western Conference. That's going to see you go against the Warriors and Steph Curry. It's going to see you go against Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. You're going to have Jamal Murray in the Denver Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see where they get that from. But on an overall team perspective, you lose Derrick Jones Jr., you lose Josh Green, and you lose Tim Hardaway Jr., and you replace it with Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall. I think I like that if I'm the Dallas Mavericks personally. I really do think I like that. So home run pick for them. The Warriors, on the other hand, it's really tough. The Warriors were not able to get Paul George. They're not going to retain and keep Klay Thompson. They had to buy out and let go or waive Chris Paul and his $30 million before it was able to be guaranteed. He goes to the Spurs, so you didn't get anything for that. And because you waived Chris Paul, that let me know that there was no, as I expected, there was no market for Chris Paul in a $30 million contract. It had been rumored that the Warriors were trying to shop Chris Paul and Andrew Wiggins. Doesn't seem like anybody in the NBA wanted that. Now you have Wiggins, you have Kuminga, you have Moody. The Clippers didn't think that was enough for Paul George. They had let him just fall for nothing and go for nothing than to take that back. So I don't know what the Warriors do to kind of pivot. To dive in it just a little bit, I can understand why Klay Thompson felt a little disrespected. Obviously, Klay Thompson isn't the same player he once was. I don't think we have to continue to tell him that. I'm pretty sure if there was anybody that knew that or that seen it, it was him. I think he was the first person to probably identify that he wasn't the same person. Now, how did he adjust to that is a different thing. But I'm sure in his mind and in his heart, he was moving around at practice or in runs and shoot-arounds and different things, getting ready for the season, and kind of felt the difference in himself, I'm sure. He coming off a year where he was able to score 18 points a game, still shot nearly 40% from three. He's a 40% three-point shooter over the course of his career. Took 9 attempts from three, 10 the past year, 10 and a half, and then 9 before that. So post-injury Klay with the knee and the Achilles is still almost around a 20-point score on 40% shooting from three. And you add that to a team that has Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. I don't know what else it is to ask for. He was one of the league's best free throw shooters as well, 93% last year. The biggest drop off is the fact that Klay Thompson is not going to be able to give you that defense that he was in his prime. You know, Klay Thompson was a guy that was taking on a Kyrie Irving assignment. And now you go from a salary of 43 something, 40 million plus, and boom. And now I just got the report that the Warriors have pivoted on trying to acquire Lauri Markkanen. Again, I get it. And I think they did right. Oh, and the Mavericks also got Quentin Grimes. I forgot about Quentin Grimes. So you lose Tim Hardaway Jr., Derrick Jones Jr., Josh Green, and you bring in Klay Thompson, Quentin Grimes, and Najee Marshall. That is an incredible offseason for the Dallas Mavericks. That is incredible. But again, the Warriors are trying to pivot to get Lauri Markkanen. I don't know how they make that happen. I don't know. This is where Danny Ainge kind of strikes gold right here. He's going to take advantage of, if this gets done, he's going to take advantage of the Golden State Warriors feeling the need and the pressure of making something happen. He is about to take advantage if they're able to get this job done. And this is why capitalizing on moments is more important than anything. Yeah, Lauri Markkanen is a great talent that you necessarily don't always want to let leave, especially if you're a team like Utah. But now you kind of have the Warriors pinned with their back against the wall where you're like, hey, y'all got to make some type of move, man. Y'all can't go losing out on every single thing and think you're going to bring back Steph, Dre, and Wiggins, and you're about to compete with what's going on in the West. OKC got better. Minnesota is still going to be good. Denver took some losses, but they still have more intact than you do. The Lakers, you have to look at the Lakers. Even though they haven't made any moves, the Lakers got a new coach. You rejuvenated. The Clippers shouldn't fall that far off. They lost Paul George. They're bringing in Derrick Jones Jr. You still got Kawhi and James Harden there. Now you got to look at the Mavericks. It's a lot going on out west, and the Warriors are not a team that's going to be happy with just getting to the playoffs, as we know. This is a team that's going to be looking to build on what they've already done. You have to take in consideration a lot of these teams. The Grizzlies are going to be back in consideration. The Jazz will continue to fall, but the Kings are aggressive. And they've had a solid offseason. The Pelicans made a trade for DeJounte Murray. The Suns are going to be in year 2. Do I take it serious to win a championship? No, but they should be able to secure a playoff spot. It's a lot going on in the West. And I can see Danny Ainge already starting that trade conversation saying, hey, we need Kuminga, we need Moody, and we'll take Wiggins to make money work. But Wiggins isn't the star. He isn't the get of the trade for us. And we'll see how Mike Dunleavy does, man. We'll see how Mike Dunleavy does. But I do understand the disrespect in Klay's perspective because Draymond got paid. Draymond Green got a $100 million contract, $25 million per. And a lot of what's going on with the downfall of this comes from Draymond Green. If Draymond Green doesn't punch Jordan Poole in the face, I don't know where we are as far as the Warriors. I don't know where we are, what this team looks like. Even if it ain't the same exact team from that era, but maybe you trade Jordan Poole a little later and get more. You know what I mean? Maybe you're trading Jordan Poole now. You know, maybe he's coveted by some other teams because he had a better year. You know what I mean? Maybe the locker room was better. Maybe y'all had more success over the last couple of years. You just don't know. You just don't know. That was one of the toughest. This team has not been the same since then. They have not been the same since then. They have not. And to see him be able to get paid, you know, with no problem. I'm sure Klay Thompson, that's his man. Draymond is his man. He ain't going to throw Draymond on the bus. But, hey, at the same time, man, what y'all doing? Y'all need me. That's how Klay Thompson looking. I ain't the same player, but y'all still need me. I make this system as well. Steph Curry is the guy. Draymond Green is the glue. But what I do, y'all can't replace. And I'm going to show y'all because now I'm about to leave and Andrew Wiggins is going to have to be me. Moses Moody is going to have to be me. Even me after an Achilles and knee injury, after surgeries, replace me. Show me that y'all can replace me. And to make it so bad, all of my teams that I'm trying to go to, y'all going to have to see. If I was going to the Lakers, y'all was going to have to see us. If I'm going to the Clippers, y'all would have to see us. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to the Mavericks. Y'all going to have to see us. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to go continue to do what I've been doing my whole career, and that's winning. Let's see how much y'all win without me, but I'm going to go win without y'all. It's a chess move that I hope goes right. I'm a fan of teams and organizations when they do forward-thinking shit. But in a situation like this, I'm kind of on Klay's side. If y'all was going to start to pick the future or start to care about money and contracts and all of these different things of the right now, then y'all would have probably parted ways with Draymond Green. But because y'all didn't part ways with Draymond Green, you put yourself in a position to where, yeah, if I'm Klay, give me what I want. Because it did seem like y'all pulled teeth with Draymond. We never really got a sense that Draymond was leaving. It never came down to some like stare off. It was rumored that, oh man, the Kings could be interested, but that's all it really was. It never felt like Draymond was really out the door. It was all about like if the Warriors was just straight up like done with him, then he would be gone. But it never felt like they weren't going to, you know what I mean? It was a real threat or a real possibility. This shit never seemed like it just seemed like it was too good to be true to see Klay leave, but it never seemed like something where it was like he gonna be back. It always felt like, yeah, it's time. Even his last game there, the social media shit, the way Draymond reacted to the social media shit, some of the answers people were saying, you know, that Dunleavy is, you know, we love Klay, but it is a business. All of that type of chatter, you can see what it is. You can see what it is. I just heard somebody else speaking on it too. They was like, man, you see what's going on with Klay. Who was that I was watching? Iguodala. Iguodala kind of was on Melo's show, basically hinting like, man, Klay gone. When you know, it's just like, it's just there, you know. But in the back of your mind, because we've never seen him anywhere else, and it's this dynasty and it's three, we've never seen them apart from each other. It's kind of hard to picture. I still can't picture him in a Mavericks jersey, and it's gonna look good. It's going to look good because it's still that blue, but still, it's just going to be a little different. But the end of a dynasty, man. Klay Thompson is a Dallas Maverick. Josh Green going to the Hornets, and there's going to be some other stuff that Golden State and the Mavericks have to figure out with this now new mega sign and trade deal with these teams getting involved. I don't know what they're going to take back. Maxi Kleber or something is going to go to Golden State or whatever. But congrats to Klay Thompson, and we'll see what the Warriors do, man. I'm gonna check my phone one more time because the way the news bubbling out, Aaron Holiday stays with the boom. Okay, so DeAnthony Melton goes to the Warriors. DeAnthony Melton goes to the Warriors. Like I said in my last video about free agency, somebody was gonna get DeAnthony Melton on a 1-year deal, saying, "Hey, bet on yourself." Because of the injuries he had, and the Warriors do. So good move for the Warriors. Still not a Klay Thompson guy or replacement. But yeah, we will see if the Warriors are able to pivot and land Lauri Markkanen. If they do, y'all know where to come. Right here, Pee Wee the Plug. We locked in on everything in this offseason. I appreciate y'all for all of the love and all of the support. I will see y'all very, very soon, I'm sure. I thought something else just popped off, but no. That's just another report about Lauri Markkanen. But yeah, I will see y'all soon. I guarantee it. I'm out. Peace.